You want that life that you desire? Then go pursue it. Have an action plan, have daily actions that you set out every single day, and go pursue what you want. What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the BH Show, Big Heart with Luke. Pumped to have you here. My name's Luke Boshart, your host, and today we're diving deep into the top 7 lessons that I learned during 2023 that you can apply to your life as well. This is a show where we reshape ambition, empower minds, and develop unwavering discipline through our habits. With all that being said, let's go into number 1. Number 1 that I learned from 2023 was that we need to learn to fully communicate with everybody. I'm talking full communication, bro. There's so many times during 2023 that I failed to communicate, and it hurt someone either emotionally or mentally because I didn't fully communicate with the person. Now, there was so many times, man, just random times that I would not say where I was going, or I wouldn't communicate my needs or my wants. And that is a major thing that was wrong during 2023 because I didn't really communicate what I wanted or what I needed. This includes my relationship with my ex, with my family, all these things. I didn't communicate clearly my wants and my needs. You know, there's a song by Drake, The Wants and Needs. I don't listen to it really anymore, but the title, Wants and Needs, you must say your wants and your needs, okay, to everything. Now, if you have something that you need to say it. Don't be shy and hold it in, but you need to say it. Don't make my mistake and freaking keep it all in. You must say what you feel is inside of you. Okay, I made that mistake so much. I didn't communicate because I just thought I was just better. But no one's too good for communicating. Everyone needs to communicate. If you do not communicate, you're not human. You must communicate, bro. You must communicate. You must. Key point that I learned during 2023, have communication with everyone. And now my communication's like so much better, bro. I'll be like texting people like, hey bro, I'm on the way, or 5 minutes ETA. And that's like an hour. So an hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm like texting them, like following up, checking in. That's just so much, that's the way I am now. I'm just so much better with that because I put in the practice to learn. And a book that's really helped me out with this is How to Communicate. I'm not really sure whose it's by, but I can link it in the description. It's called How to Communicate. And the title says what it is. It teaches you how to communicate pretty much. And whether that's with your family, in a relationship, with your coworkers, with your boss, it just tells you everything and how to actually fully communicate with other people. And that is so important in today's society because without communication, we're just like robots. Because robots, yeah, they can communicate kind of, but as humans, we have this distinct and natural ability to communicate. If we are developing it, we must learn how to communicate. It is a skill that you can learn. It's not just something that you're born with it. Some people are born with it, but it's something that you grow and develop with over time. And if you don't grow and develop with it, then you'll stay stagnant. And staying stagnant is horrible. And let me go into what this show really is about and who is targeted for and the such like that. Now, this is a show on mindset, physicality, so fitness, spirituality, and mindset and discipline. So those 4 things, I said something twice, but it's okay. We all make mistakes, bro. Discipline, mindset, spirituality, and fitness. Those 4 is what we're going to go over during this whole podcast. Now, the background is probably going to change quite a bit sometimes because I'm planning to move pretty soon and within a couple months. So all this scenery is probably going to change, and that's okay. But the message is going to stay around the same. Now, my target audience, so you guys that are watching this, that's okay if you guys are outside of these boundaries, perfectly normal. But my target audience is men, women 16 to 25 that are really aiming to level up those 4 areas of your life. So if you guys are aiming to level up those 4 areas of your life, watch this podcast. If you're less than 16 or you're older than 25, it's still okay if you're wanting to level up those areas. Now, there's going to be some topics that are a bit taboo, I would say, but there's going to be people that might be offended by this show, and I'm just warning you. You don't have to be on here, but you also don't have to be successful. So, with all that being said, let's go on to number 2, that lesson that I learned during 2023. And that is going to be having full empathy for others. Now, I really struggled with this one quite a bit. Having empathy for other people that I thought were below me. And it's something that I've really struggled with for the longest time. And I still struggle with it just a little bit. But having empathy for the other people around me. Now, in the book How to Communicate, there's a quote that having empathy is really just understanding that the other person is doing his or her best to live on the way with what they are presented with. Now, if we are in their position, we need to understand that we would probably do the same thing. They didn't have the same education as us, maybe the same experiences that we went through, but we need to empathize and understand that that is their life. And we have to understand that that is their viewpoint of the world. And if we were in their position, we would have the same attitude and the same mindset. So we have to put ourselves in their shoes. And if we put ourselves in their shoes, we can fully understand that that is the way they have been taught or programmed, as you might want to say, because that is how their life has been. Our life has been different than them. And it can be hard to empathize with that if you're not practicing that, of course. But you need to figure this out. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I'm going to say, oh, you need to do this. But I'm talking to myself, too. This is something that I've struggled with all of 2023, emphasizing and communicating, not trying to find other people's needs and their wants, as well as my own. And that's just something that's so deep during 2023 that I've really figured out. Without learning that, I would be not anywhere near the mindset, the discipline that I'm at today. 2023 really shaped my whole freaking life. All right. 2023 alone has felt like the longest year of my whole life. The most growth in spirituality, fitness, mindset, all of those has grown the most. And it's truly amazing that how much 1 year can do. Now, most people underestimate what they can do in 3 months and overestimate what they can do in a year. Now, that's not my quote. I've heard it from someone else. I'm not really sure who it is. But if you guys know, you can comment down below and just help everyone out who's looking. But yeah, so having empathy fully for everyone and understanding their needs, their wants, and all of that. Now, number 3, anything can be taken away from you just like this. Now, let me tell you a story. February of this year, of 2023 actually. So I used to play baseball. Now, I'm not doing it anymore. It's because it doesn't align with my purpose. Now, February, it was a baseball game against a team. It was an away game. And we went and drove on the bus. I was so hyped, bro. I was listening to Eminem on the bus. Freaking locked in, bro. This is my pitching day. Now, if you guys who are familiar with baseball, there's a pitcher and there's a diamond and there's a whole field with 9 players on the defense and then 1 player on the offense who's going to hit the ball. And then the people who get on base from hitting the ball, then the people will line up more. So 1 person will stay on base if he gets a hit, and then the next person in their lineup will come up, and then the person still stays on base. But that's just something, if you guys are wondering, that goes on later in the story. But I was listening to Eminem, like all those songs like that, just really getting locked in on winning, just visualizing the success that I would have with the pitching. And let me say, bro, this is one of the best games that I've ever had in my whole life when I pitched, as it was in the beginning anyway. So I got on the field, freaking warming up, boom, doing amazing out there, of course, because I had the confidence to do so. And then I got on the mound, 1-2, struck him out, boom, 1-2-3, except for the third guy who popped out to shortstop. But that's still 3 outs. And then boom, it's the top of the second right now, I believe. And yeah, top of the second, I have my teammate who got a hit before me, and then I was up and I walked. So it means 1, 2, 3, 4 balls thrown past the strike zone. So it's not a strike. There's a little strike zone. It's like a little box from the batter's knees to about the up here in the chest. And there's a plate, and it's not inside that plate. Now umpires can vary and stuff like that. But if it's not inside that little box, then it's a ball. And the pitcher, he threw 4 balls, and I got to first base. Then the pitcher threw one in the dirt, so it went past the catcher. The catcher is the guy that catches the pitch from the pitcher. And it went past him, it went all the way to the backstop, and what I did was I ran to second base, boom, 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 got safe on second, and now there's a guy on third. My teammate's on third, and I'm on second base. Now my teammate Cam is up to bat. Now, on the first pitch, he hits a nice little line drive, boom, right to the left center field, and then I run past third base. Coach is waving me around. I run. I see the bat in the middle of my path, though. And I didn't think too much of it at the time. I was like, it's okay, probably. But I decided to slide with my opposite foot. And big mistake. But I slid with my opposite foot. I normally slide with my right foot first. Let me see. Yeah. I normally slide with my right foot first, but this time I slid with my left foot first, and it got stuck on home plate. And when it was stuck on home plate, I was still in motion. It got stuck on home plate, so I slid in just like this, and then missed my foot right here, and it got this, and it just twisted over on to the home plate. I sat on it, and I heard a big snap, like, pow! I didn't really think too much of it at first. I was like, it's okay. It's just, I don't really know what I thought, honestly. I thought it was just fine, actually. Umpire was like, safe. We got the point. My whole team's like, yeah, let's go, Luke. And I stand up. I walk out. Or I walk up. I get up. But I noticed a really sharp pain in my ankle, bro. My right ankle was like, dang. But I didn't take too much of it. I was like, I'm fine. But I took 1-2, so I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, and then this kind of fell down as I was dapping up my teammate, and I kind of just fell, like, I don't know. It was kind of just like I was hopping on one leg. I didn't fall to the ground, but I kind of just hopped on one leg. I got to the dugout, and I was like, I noticed my ankle, bro. It was like the size of a baseball. And I was like, what on earth, man? What is that? That's not right. And my girl at the time was here. Honestly, it was kind of embarrassing because I was pitching, doing so well. And then after she texted me, she's like, what happened? Why are you out of the game? And I was like, my ankle. And it was just kind of a tragic moment because it's really something that can truly hurt you. Now, if you love something so much, someone or something, a sport, a hobby, if you love something so much, and it gets taken away from you, let me tell you, it truly breaks your heart. Truly. It feels like a piece of you is like missing. Now, have you guys ever like felt that way with anything? It hurts. It truly does. It truly hurts because you have this thing inside of you, this desire to do this thing. And if it gets taken away from you, it just freaking hurts. Freaking hurts, bro. I'm trying to explain that because that's exactly how it felt for me. And I'm sure maybe you've had something like that for you as well. Maybe you've had something that's been taken away from you in an instant. Maybe a loved one. Something else. It hurts. I know. And you want to have the thing back so much. You want to have it back so much. Sometimes it can't be brought back, though. It can't be brought back. And that's what crushes us. That's what crushes us, to be honest with you. But you can't stay in that spot. All right? You can't stay in that spot. You need to get out of that spot because that spot will ruin you if you let it. Because if you think about what you can't do now, if you think about what you've lost, then you're going to be stuck. And we don't want to stay stuck, dude. You cannot stay stuck if you expect to grow and make 2024 the best year of your life. You can't stay stuck if you expect to grow. But understand and be prepared for if something can be taken away from you. You just need to know that. Don't think that everything lasts forever. Because not everything lasts forever. And you need to understand that. Understand that anything can happen like that and be taken away from you like that. But you need to understand that. Don't dwell on it, but know that, and that can happen to anyone. Next one, number 4, is that we do not need to go broke trying to impress others. Now, I did this quite a bit during 2023, and looking back, it was so stupid, bro. Buying the nicest shoes, going on the most expensive dinner dates when I, in that moment, did not have enough money to pay for it. And looking back on that, the brokey days, it just hurts. Because I knew that I was going broke trying to impress others. Like I would wear the nicest things. And that's obviously good to do. Wear the nicest things. But you must be able to pay for it. There's a little rule that's good to follow. If you can't buy something 3 times, then you can't afford it. But you got to ask yourself the question of how can I afford it? And once you ask yourself the question of how can I afford it, then it's going to be a lot easier for your mind to think of new ways to make money and to come up with those funds so you will be able to get what you want. Now, in the days when I was trying to impress people all the time with what I had, stuff like that, there's some stories in particular where I would go on the nicest restaurants with my ex, okay? The nicest restaurants with my ex. It would be like $100 dinners, $150 dinners. And on that moment, I was not able to pay for that. I was just paying for it with cash. But then I was like, oh crap, I kind of regret that. And honestly, during the bill, bro, I'm not sure if any of you guys relate to this, but like being able to, like having to pay the bill, and you're like, I don't know if I can afford this. I don't know if my card's gonna get declined. Gosh, that feeling sucks, don't you know? Do you know that feeling? It sucks. Really. If you guys have not ever had that feeling, goodness, it's something that's very rough. Having your card get declined, not wondering if you're going to be able to pay for the food on a date. I don't know if you guys have ever gone through that, but it sucks. And I don't want any of you guys to go through that. Ever. Now, don't go broke trying to impress other people. You don't have to buy the nicest car. You don't have to buy the nicest shoes. You don't have to buy the nicest clothes. If it's only to impress other people, like, what on earth? Why would you want to impress? I've heard this quote. When you're trying to flex, you're only trying to impress stupid people. So, like, if you're buying all the designer and stuff, you're only trying to impress broke people because they think it's cool. But the rich people, they don't really care too much, man. They don't really care. Okay, he's got Gucci, he's got Fendi. Cool. That's awesome. No one really cares. That's what you got to realize. Now, if you're getting that for yourself and you're like, dude, this is my accomplishment and I freaking went from rags to riches and now I'm here and I got this, then good. Do that, bro. Buy that. I'm proud of you, man. Then keep that up. But if you're only doing it to impress stupid people, stop. Okay? Stop. Now for the next one, number 5, don't put your relationship over your purpose. Now, your purpose is going to change over time, okay? Especially if you're a younger guy, it's going to change. Now for me, it started off with freaking video games, bro. I wanted to be the next ninja. And now I don't know how many of you guys played Fortnite, but I was one of those people who would play 7 to 8 hours every single day, thinking I was going to be the next ninja, the next mongrel, the next Benji Fishy. Benji Fishy. I thought I was going to be the next Benji Fishy, bro. Even though I'm not from the UK. I always thought I was going to be the next freaking Fortnite pro. Booga. Bro. I wanted to buy tickets to the Fortnite World Cup so bad. I remember those days, bro. Literally, when I was 14 years old, I wanted to do that so bad. It's truly crazy how far that we have come in a couple years, couple of months. It's truly amazing to notice, to see how far you've come, to see the past of where you've been and to see where you are now. It's truly amazing. Now, I wanted to be a Fortnite pro so bad. I would practice 8 hours a day, every single day. I would go to bed at 4 a.m., wake up at 2 p.m. My schedule was so bad. All right. The only freaking drinks that I had was just a bunch of pre-workout. And that was all I had. Just a 1 liter of pre-workout. Now, it wasn't 1 liter of pre-workout. It was a liter of water with a scoop of pre-workout in it. Let me start off by saying that. And I would drink that. I would probably have some horrible chips and snacks during the day. And I was skinny as freak, bro. I was 120 or something like that. Now I'm 160. Bulking season. But it really just comes to show how when you quit vices, when you quit the things that are messing and ruining your life gets so much better. Now, our purpose goes from place to place when we were younger. It started off with video games, then it moved on to wanting to do baseball. I've had that one for a long time. That one just recently stopped. And the reason being, baseball felt boring. It's never felt like this before. It was just, I was at practice one time. I was in the outfield where my normal position is, other than the pitcher. I was out in the outfield, and I had a fly ball hit to me for practice. I caught it with so much ease, it just felt boring. And I've never felt that way before. And I don't know if you guys can relate to anything maybe in your life that's something that you used to love to do so much just kind of felt boring. Have you ever guys had have you ever had something like that? If you have, comment down below. But having something that you love so much, and having you not love it anymore, is amazing. Because you just think it's really weird. It's a really weird feeling if you've never had it. You're just kind of what happened? Why now? And I was talking to my buddy about it, And he was actually going through kind of something similar. And I was like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. And we were just talking about it, like bro science and stuff like that. It was amazing. And now the purpose to help you guys out, to help you guys develop more discipline, remove any vices, and make the generation of men strong again. Like, that's what it's meant to be. Like, there's so many things in today's society that I see that really just piss me off. I see the weak men, the weak women pisses me off too. Because women are weak when they think they need to take control of the man. The man needs to take control of his own crap, take control of his whole life, and know that it is his life worth living, and that the woman needs to follow along with that because it's fun. That is her job, her role. And I know that the man today, bro, the average man today has no purpose, no ambition, no drive. And that's why women are so unattracted to the average guy. The average guy is so unattractive to most females because they have no purpose. If you were to have a purpose, an ambition, a drive, you are already so much farther ahead than every other guy. And I need you to understand that. So much farther ahead. And once you actually freaking find what you know that God put you on this earth to do, your life will get so much better. Things will start coming to you easily. People will respect you more. People will see you as a man, a real man. I've been reading a book recently. It's called Wild at Heart. I forget who it's by, but it's called Wild at Heart. And it shows how, it talks about how men are supposed to be out in the wild and how it is their purpose to not just be indoors all day. I had a hike with my buddy. I call him my brother. I had a hike with him yesterday in the woods, man. It was freaking amazing, bro. Walked like 3 miles. We were like carrying logs and crap. I think it was amazing, bro. It's like fun. And like when I'm in nature, bro, I don't know if any guys can relate, but like when I'm in nature, it just feels like home. It's hard to explain, but it just feels like it's right. Like it's so right to be there. Now, on to the next topic. And that is going to be used delayed gratification. Now I got my notes. It's only the 7 topics, just so I wouldn't forget. But using delayed gratification. Now this has helped me so much throughout my life, and I cannot even explain to you the leaps and bounds that I have moved because of this. Now delayed gratification is exactly what it means. Delaying gratification in the short term to have success in the long term. Now, the success in the long term, like when you're over there, you're going to look back and you're going to thank your younger self and you're going to say, thank you so much for not quitting, and thank you so much for delaying the gratification of social media scrolling, vices, any of that. You're going to thank yourself in a few years, in a few months. You're going to thank yourself because you are so much farther ahead than where you were then, because you didn't succumb to the vices. You didn't succumb to the instant gratification, the dopamine hit of all this crap. You didn't succumb to it. And now you look back and you say, wow, I'm really glad that I stopped doing that. And of course, it's going to be a game changer, bro. It's absolutely amazing. Use delayed gratification and know that it is for the best, for the long run, to know that you are going to do this for your future self and that he is going to thank you. And last but not least, number 7 we have is to nurture the friendships that matter. So what I mean by this, nurturing the friendships that matter, those deep friendships, those deep bonds, the brotherhood of men in your tribe. The men in your tribe, how are you strengthening this? Are you sending them texts, just random texts of gratitude? Hey bro, I'm really thankful for you, man, and how you are in my life. I'm really grateful for you. Are you doing that? Just random texts, bro. Are you doing that and cultivating these relationships, following up with high-level people that you may have met, but maybe you don't even know any high-level people? My advice to you is to put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. And if you don't put yourself out there, then you will never meet anyone. No one's going to come to you. No one's going to hand it to you. You got to go out there and do it yourself, bro. No one's going to hand in you. No one's going to hand you anything. And I need you to understand that. No one's going to hand you anything. You have to go out and go get it. You have to go out and go freaking give it all that you freaking got. Go give it all that you got every single day, 24/7, 365 the whole year. Give it all that you got, son. Give it all that you got. You got to nurture the freaking relationships that matter. Otherwise, they will be lost in the dust, never to be seen again, never to be heard from again, because you didn't follow up and you didn't hang out with them and you didn't decide to do those things that you wanted to do. You want that brotherhood? Then you freaking go pursue it. You want that freaking role, that sales role? Then you go pursue it. You want that life that you desire? Then go pursue it. Have an action plan. Have daily actions that you set out every single day and go pursue what you want. If you don't pursue what you want, then you will feel empty inside. And it's a horrible feeling. And I don't want that for you. And you want those relationships, the ones that are actually amazing, the ones that make life worth living. The relationships are what matter, bro. Yes, the money is important. It's fun to have, but the relationships are the things that matter. And if you don't have cultivating relationships, then your life will feel horrible. You will feel lonely and your life will suck. You need to have relationships that you nurture and you go on dates with the women that you like. Or if you're a girl, go on the dates with the men that you like. You need to put yourself out there and find people who are like-minded and ones who will make you elevate. Don't find people that are going to make you just go down and suck your life energy away. That's not cool. And that's not how life's supposed to be. And you need to understand that is not how life is supposed to be. Now, of course, you can have friends with those types of people, or acquaintances, as I should say. Yes, you can be acquaintances with people. That's absolutely fine. And you should be, because people need to know who you are. And that's fine. But the close circle, I'm talking about the close circle of friends, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the people that really make up the close circle of people, those are the people you are going to be most like. So who is in your circle? Who is in your circle? Is your circle filled with a bunch of losers? Ones that party, smoke, and drink every single day just to try to escape the world? Or are your friends successful business owners and entrepreneurs that want to crush life and get better every single day? Who is in your circle? If you have low value people in your circle, you will become low value. And that's all I have to say for today. With all that being said, those are the top 7 lessons that I learned during 2023. They have all applied to my life, and I hope they can apply to your life as well. And I hope that you got something out of it. With all that being said, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, drop a follow. If you're on Spotify, follow that as well. Apple Podcasts, drop a follow. And YouTube, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, comment what you learned, and share it with somebody that can help, that can benefit from this, that you can help. With all that being said, you guys have an amazing and most blessed day, and give it all that you got every single day. Freaking let's go. Voice crack, but who cares? You got this, bro.